Yeah, this morning I was kind of thinking about all this rain and just how that was affecting my perception of things and just how the world perceives things. It, the scientists are telling us about climate change and the planet's getting warmer faster than it's supposed to be, and ice is melting, the seas are coming up, all kinds of problems associated with that. And it's very likely true. Our little planet just has a little veil, just a little thin layer of atmosphere, and we're just busy down here making all kinds of things, all kinds of carbon burning things, doing our thing, and imagine we're starting to pay the price for that. But at the same time, it's not so cut and dry. It seems like, at least for the short term, it seems to be we seem to be getting more rain than we used to. So, I'm sure in some areas there's been some short-term benefits from the climate changing that they didn't see before. So it was this kind of, for me, it goes back to this reflection of just in the midst of like something that seems very bad, there's something that undeniably is beneficial that could be happening too, at least in the short term. And just the reflecting on the mixed up tangle of the way all these things, these causes and conditions unfold, and it's not just so cut and dry, what is bad, what is good, and labeling it as such. There's just so many different variables, now this kind of expands out even to things like the state of the world with the socially, politically changes. There's a lot of turmoil in the world. And, with so much media and so much information right at our fingertips, I think a lot of people feel like things are worse than they've ever been before. It might be, but, all you have to do, though, is pick up the suttas and start read any kind of history, and you see the world's been a crazy place ever since there's been people around, ever since there's been kilesas around. And, though we may be in a position now with technology to do a lot more evil than in the past, it's the same old culprits of just kilesa-driven behavior in society that's just adding to our dukkha. And I guess it can sound pretty depressing, but if we just look at the Four Noble Truths. First truth is there is dukkha. And sure enough, there is dukkha there. And then there's a cause to that dukkha, and that's wanting things to be other than they are. And this is the hard one, right? It's just seeing lots of things happening around us that can be heartbreaking and not necessarily good things, but it's the way it is. We can do our part, or a small part to make changes, but ultimately, as individuals, we have a limited influence on the world and what we can do, but we can work on ourselves, and I think that's why we're all here, is trying to find skillful means to be in contact with the world, but have our minds be unshaken by that. Not that we won't stop feeling pain or, have hardships, have health problems, be sick, just see tragedies, catastrophes. These things will just keep on happening. But to, reach towards a way for the mind, the heart, that will have more equanimity and, not a coldness, but just kind of a sober sense of what this samsara is all about. We can still have compassion, but there really is limits to what an individual can do out with the world. And I think the best gift that we can do is just working on ourselves and trying to cultivate, these good, wholesome qualities in ourselves and be of service to others, and just start from our small little area and working out with trying to make things, treating people in compassionate and just ways, and keeping our precepts. And I think it's a small thing, but I think it's got a lot of power. And I think there's a lot of people who come in contact with practitioners like us that are very impressed and are won over in a way, to the teachings, the Dhamma, seeing the benefit in it. Yeah, just starting from inside and not so much starting from the outside, because ultimately there's only so much you can do to adjust the conditions that are outside to make peace and happiness for ourselves. I mean, certainly there's things we need to do outside, but that won't end until we die. But at the same time, though, the true change comes from within. So I'll leave that for your reflection.